So yeah, so last stream I think I had the problem that some part of the stream was the microphone was actually not switched on, which caused me to make some more changes. The unfortunate part for that is that I unfortunately deleted all my filters, which means I'm not sure whether the audio quality is as high as I wanted to. So listening in here, it does sound good. If you can give me a thumbs up as well, or just a hello, hello, it works, that would be amazing. Very much appreciated. So, welcome in. I'm your host, Mirko. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy, together with me, some coding and nerding. Before we start, let's lift our cups and have a sip. Perfect. So, we have a couple of things to do today, kind of in particular because, so yesterday I was actually streaming, and earlier this week as well. Usually we kind of had only on Wednesday the stream. This is going to change now, because we are having two regular streams, let's say, every week. Yeah, double the fun. And yeah, one is on Tuesdays. What was the time? Let me double check here. So you can definitely find everything on our page /schedule. If you go there, you should find everything. Let's see. Schedule. Where is the schedule? Show me does schedule. Not updated. Okay, I need to update that one. Good to know. Let me take a note. One more thing to improve. Update schedule in panel. The Twitch schedule itself is updated, but the panel is not yet updated. And for whatever reason, during the stream, apparently Twitch does not show the schedule, or I can at least not access it. The button was not there. So other than that, we have a couple of cool news. Let's start with all the new followers that we actually have, because we had quite a lot in the last 7 days. So Wednesday, I want to make the session where we actually do all the formal stuff as well. And on Tuesday, I want kind of a focus session inspired by my friend Gusto, who has focus sessions at work to improve productivity. And yeah, so on Tuesdays, we kind of have the full-on coding experience, basically after, let's say, 5 minutes of introduction. And on Wednesday, we do all the thank yous and the formal stuff and planning maybe, as well as, well, the coding, of course, because that's what you guys are here for. So let's say hello to all our new members, because so I think last time we met it was like 21 or something, and now we're at 31, which is amazing. Say hello to Ace-Rorita, Jay the developer, Lepovirta, Fred Web 30, Pro Web Dev, B Duggy Yo, who actually gave me a pretty nice shout out yesterday during his stream. So check him out definitely. B Duggy Yo. Do I have to include the @ I don't. Perfect. Yeah. He's developing a kind of a forum where you can find your next open source project, which is pretty amazing. So check that out. He's also working at GitHub, so you can learn from him. I definitely can learn a lot from him as well. AJC WebDev, Minds1 Vortex, and Finite Singularity, who I'm also kind of a regular by now. He's a cool dude doing some Django, as well as developing, I think that didn't work. exclamation mark SO. The command there. Yep. And he's developing the TAU, the Twitch API unifier, which is a cool thing in particular for all people who want to stream or who do stream, because similar to what we do with our TMI.js and our application, he does that. So Twitch actually has not only this one API, they have like 4. 2 of them are WebSocket based, one is REST based, and then there's another one. And it's a mess, and all of them need different API keys and whatnot. And yeah, he unified everything, all of that, with a nice little Docker container. Pretty cool project. I'll check that out if you are interested in any kind of streaming. And other than that, just show some developer love. We all want it. Yeah, so welcome to our tea time, everybody. That was announcement number 1. Then we have also announcement number 3 by now. Actually, we have the changes to, or my just improving the stream. We have a lot of new followers. There was one more that I mentioned. Now we have another one. So my web app that I'm developing has a new logo. Yeah, the You Are Awesome app, which every day sends you a small little nice community written message to your Android device, currently only on Android, and it's currently still in alpha development. So, but it's coming soon. We are getting closer and closer. By now, I'm doing stuff like changing the Google Play Store page and stuff. So if we go there, let me go here. Yeah. So this is the app. For example, this is one message from Holly from Scotland, who sent that in to us, and we handpicked it, and it's shown one special day. It's shown to everybody. Keep calm and hug your cat. And then we have how to contribute. So you can send your own messages and it will be shown to all our users. And then if you have messages that you particularly like, you can just double tap, like on Instagram. You can double tap this message here. Then it's going to show, you can save it inside of your favorites. Other than that, these are the messages are kind of ephemeral. So once shown and the day is over, they are gone. We also have, actually, I haven't included this, but dark mode and fun stuff. I think did I develop? Yeah, I did some development on stream here as well for the app, but actually only on the backend side with serverless. So that's another good news. We have our nice new logo, and as you can see, the logo in the page is actually not yet updated, but it's private. But you can see it. It's just for you, special here on stream. So that's one cool thing. We have welcomed all our new followers. We have the new logo. We have one big thing. AWS actually decided to sponsor us, woo, to a little degree. They gave us like $300 to play around with here on stream. I mean, I sent them kind of when we were actually developing our app, we have used CDK, the cloud development kit, which I can just show probably, /samstack_lib. This code dot maybe, and somewhere in here we should see the stacks, or we don't. I think it's just in the top level. Here we go. We have our CDK.json, as well as these nice little stacks. And what we did is we deployed everything with the help of AWS Fargate, which is Docker containers, but they manage everything for you, as well as DocumentDB, which is Mongo, essentially. And they decided that that's cool enough that they gave us the $300 to play around with it and see more and experience more and learn more, most of all. Like on Tuesday, no, last. Oh, it's Grace. Yay. Good to see you. Welcome back in. Last Sunday, I think I was doing a lot of AWS Route 53, which I'm not yet finished with, unfortunately. I think we've got the right setup, but for whatever reason, they don't want to give me a HTTPS certificate. But other than that, we have we have TypeScript. TypeScript teatime.com is now our domain, which we can do, and we can do whatever we want with it. At least as soon as they give us a freaking HTTPS certificate. But that's one more good thing. That's also, of course, in the video on demand if you want to do some more DevOps. So yeah, thank you so much to the AWS team for sponsoring us here. That's one more great news. Then we have all of that essentially. We have more AdventureS. That's the next thing that I want to do. So this is our to-do list here in the front end. Mace, can you confirm that the audio is nice? I was fiddling around with it and I happened to delete all my filters, so I had to do them. And I only noticed like 5 minutes before the stream. Last stream actually, we had no filters, I suppose. Yeah. But now we have filters and I hope everything is fine. So if I can actually do something like this and you shouldn't be able to hear it. I hope. Or the keyboard also. Or anything that I'm, if it's not too loud noise, it should be filtered out, for example. If you can give me some feedback there, that would be amazing. More AdventureS. So we have, where is our design here? Bam is it? We kind of already did build most of this. So that's where we're going to do, where we're going to continue. We don't have the name here and we don't have the name there, but other than that, it looks pretty much like that. And one thing that was always annoying was that the AdventureS actually had, we only were able to use the first line essentially, which was due to not ideal formatting, so Phaser wasn't able to read it out. And I took some effort to make this into one large and regular, in particular, long list. So now we can include this and everything is nice. So these are all 32 by 32. So let's do that. That shouldn't be too hard. Including those. We go into the loading scene because up here we load the sprite sheet for the AdventureS. So we have AdventureS.spritesheet 32.32. And now the question is, so frame width, as I said, is 32. Frame height is also 32, and I think that's it. Everything else, Phaser will just automatically do. It will notice. So it will go through the list and it will notice when the frame's actually finished. So that's fine. What is not fine, however, is that we do need to use those as well. So I can put it as here. Let me stage that. And because we randomly pick adventurers. However, we only pick among the first 7, and now we have to pick. Oh, who wants to? Can you count with me, please? Or we can. Let's do some math. Counting seems to be suboptimal. Let's do some math here. We just look at how large it is, and it's 630. Why is it 95 pixels long? It must be something that's divisible by 32. I think I did too much auto-cropping. Yeah, I think I did too much auto-cropping. So we have to edit this once more. The last guy needs some more pixels. Damn it. However, what we can do definitely is say, what size was it now? 695. 695 divided by 32. And then, so we have 22 images here, 22. Or do we include the maximum, or do we need to do 21? I never know. Oh, that's so annoying. I think it's 21. Button. Maybe we can look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we took all 8. So last time we had 7 here. So we have to include 21 because it's 0 based again. 0 basing, destroying my concepts. And now we have to edit this image slightly to make it so 22 times 32 is 704. We can do that simply by going to images, canvas size. Was it 704? Okay. And then increase this to 704, resize, and now everything is fine. Save. Yes. Save. And export it. So I'm exporting here. Okay, yes, override. Yeah, you can do it. And then we close that one, we close this guy. Oh, that was too much closing. And now we have everything. Why is this here? I don't need you. Yeah, I don't need that one. Perfect. Yeah. So, having that one done, we can put a check mark, I suppose. Events. And then we do asset number, sorry, E21, 20? 21. So we have our update or asset, because it's changing assets actually. Okay. Update, because we actually changed some code as well, changed some functionality. More adventure sprites. There we go. So that one's done. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Good job. I'm pretty sure it works, so we can test it later. Then I have a new command here, which is !rules or !twas, which shows us the commands and explains us the rules in chat, so I don't have to write them again and again and again. And however, because !join is inside of the inside of the message, it will actually join our battle, which is nice. So in a sense, because we have a new adventurer with us all the time. The bad thing is, well, they will probably never do anything. So what I want to do is exclude them from being able to join, because they are obviously a bot. And to do that, we just go into the server and into our chatbot service. Bams. And right here, we can exclude. Yeah, right here, or probably here, or username equals sort of, let's say band.includes username. And we put the band people up here, which is probably just this one bot. The question is, what is actually the username of streamelements? Okay, apparently it's like so. And I think that's it. So when we handle a message and we have the username, when there is no username, okay, so that's also probably something which we don't want. And or if it's one of those banned people, and with banned I probably just mean streamelements, the bot, then we don't want them to evaluate those commands. And I think that's about it. So done. That was simple as well. It's nice if when the infrastructure is there, it's just so smooth, right? So, by the way, hello to everybody who joined. We are developing a little game which we can control via Twitch chat, and we render everything, and everything looks kind of like, where's my GIMP? Kind of like recent, like this, except that my face is down here now, and the actual game spans half of this screen, so you can see it if I. Okay, currently the server is not running, that's why you cannot see it. So let me just do that, and let me do def. Just run, let's just wait for the servers to spin up. So, like this, it will essentially look like. What is weird is, yeah, now it's better. Okay. So, and in part, oh, something happened here. I didn't start the Docker container, Docker start Mongo. We have to do that as well. What happens if we start Mongo again? Oh, that works. Okay, so in that case, let's maybe just always start Mongo. Just in case. Yarn dev here. Docker start Mongo and end. And now we will never forget it. So if I do this, starts Mongo, and then it starts the compilation. Perfect, perfect. Sweet. So now we have it connected. And if I go here, I can actually, yeah, there it is. So it will look like this, but with characters, of course, on screen. Let's make that go away again. So let's look at our to-do list. We have more adventurous. Woo! We have that the backend ignores stream elements. So stream elements is the bot that we are using for messaging as well as some other automation. The next thing that we want, features or first refactoring. We can add the adventurer names, or we can rename the title scene, because currently all of this fun stuff actually happens in the title scene, which is weird. But yeah, that's just how it's named. And I would like to rename this just into main scene. Yeah, let's just do that, because that should be simple enough. So we take that one and say main scene, save. Loading scene. Do you do anything with main scene? Yes, you do. We want this one to be main, probably. Maybe I should remove the main scene first, the other one. Do we need anything from here? I don't think we do. Or do we? Tear down, reset. The reset might be interesting to have. But okay, it's in Git. So worst case is we just go there again. And then we see everything. It's a.test. Now we have main scene here. We need to take the key here and say main scene. And then we look at this friend. So far we import main scene from title scene, which is kind of slightly confusing, but that's fine. That went well. Now if we go into the title scene, we can just use a little plugin that I have. I think rename TypeScript or something is the name. And then we say main scene here, because that's what it is. And now it failed to compile. Let's restart the server. That should fix it. Yes. Perfect. We have it open now twice. Once is enough. There we go. So that one's done. We can actually say, so the first one is banning stream elements. So episode 21. So this allows, or how do we call this? Commit. Stream elements but cannot join battles. Like so. Then we have our title scene here, which we did rename just now, and everything still seems to work. So let's add all of that, and we say rename number episode 21, rename. Title scene to main apps. Once deleted, so we can remove that one, and we can go into the main scene and pin this one because we will need it again and again and again and again. Cool. Then let's go into the README again. Not you, the other README. Now, what do we want to do next? The names of the adventurers and the monster name. Let's do the monster name first, because that's the global one. It's up here on the top in our quick and dirty design. So we can add that one. We have an adventurer here. Where's our monster actually? Ambush. Okay. Maybe let's extract this as a method. Add monster, maybe. And you only actually need the monster data. Data is a of type ambushed at position monster. Yeah. Well, we can call it configuration. So this is ambush.monster. And something similar we can do now in our debug configuration, because that helps us. We can say, okay, I want a monster and I want some configuration here. And we say area is, let's say, forest. We have the HP is maybe 20, 21, because then it's not a one hit definitely. And we have name, let's say S, since Copilot, aka Ice-T for us, our Copilot is named Ice-T, GitHub Copilot. Oops, no. Debug config. But do we have a variable debug here? Debug.enabled. Let's do it here. Debug group. Config.debug. Then add this friendly monster. Perfect. So where's our friend? Here, there we go. There he is. And now we have to also add the string for him. I think that we can actually do inside of the monster class because we never use it anywhere else. So this.scene.add.text, and then we put it close to the monster health bar, and in the center. So we can definitely copy this part, except that we make this one larger. I don't know, 300 maybe pixel. And then we say this is oh, it doesn't actually receive the name string. Yes. So, and hopefully, yeah, TypeScript says that works. So apparently we already called this one name. Perfect. And let's call him Sephiroth. Just because he looks slightly more epic than a goblin. So Sephiroth, if you don't know, he's the villain of Final Fantasy VII, the over villain. Maybe 150 only, and then we definitely have to give some configuration here. Font bold 32 pixels. That's definitely not enough. Isn't it font size, by the way? Ah, that's better. It is, however, not centered. Text line center. That didn't work. Let's add some GUI. New GUI. Once GUI equals, and then we say GUI dot const name or text label dot add label comma, and let's see, we want the X position, we want the Y position definitely. This one is between 0 and, well, actually it's between 500 and, no, X is fine, we don't need X, we need Y. Y is between 100 and 200, we know that much. So somewhere might be able to put it inside of here. What do you guys think? So we could try to put it inside of the health bar. Is that helpful? Or on top of it? Well, let's put it here for the time being. 138. 138. And then we need to find, I think, that origin 0.5. Ah, there we go. Now it's centered. What I don't understand is why, because we also set the Y coordinate. That's fine. So the reason why it's now not centered anymore is because we set the origin both, so from the top left, we set it not only for X position to 0.5, which is the half, the kind of the local coordinate center, 0 point, but also for Y, which means the coordinate center moved from here to there. That's why 138 moved us basically to the top. But that's fine, we can just move it down again. So, right? 62. Finally in the center, we put some color onto it, which we take as, I think we can use RGB. Then white is 255, 255, 255. And I do want to have some degree of transparency. We go, is that visible? Actually, if we do it like that, why not? We do it like that. That should work, right? And we make it just slightly smaller, 60 pixels. What do you guys think? This one or below? I would say this one, huh? So it's 86, 8 is slightly too much, too high. 84. Y coordinate. Sephiroth appeared. Yeah. Sweet. That's great. I mean, that's basically it, right? What we don't know is how it looks like when he's kind of dead. So let's do that. The monster health bar. We say we can give him some damage. We just put the label on here. Sorry, we remove the label and we say, what's his function? Take damage of amount. Debug take damage. The function in just a second, as soon as we copied it from over here. Debug take damage and debug attack maybe too. Like that. Okay. And remove that one. We can just say X, the number, and Y should also. For the who he should attack is actually just dependent on the X and Y position. So, and you should instead attack to the left, which is like up 20, 200, 200 maybe. Yeah, 200 and maybe this one plus some distortion. Let's say 50. So let's add those two to see what they do. And then we say, monster attacks. if we let him attack again and again, it looks kind of weird. And he lands in a different place actually. Take some damage. Ouch, that that was quite some hit, but it works. It works. Let's maybe try to do some more alpha here. That's not good, huh? Maybe 0.6. I actually like the 0.7. That's strong enough to be visible, but not strong enough to be like terribly white. So if he takes some damage, we still see it in particular. And yeah, that looks good. Sweet. We have our damage here. Actually, put this one right off. We just hide it or comment it out for now. Then what else do we have? I think that's about it, huh? For this task. Monster name. Web apps. We did it. Whoop, whoop. Another one down the drain. Yeah. So what did we do? We did some debugging here. We actually can remove the debugging, of course. Where is my main scene? Debug false. And now it should be. So then debug config, we have extracted this creation of a monster because we use it up here as well for our debugging. And that's the function. And other than that, we essentially only added the name to our as a label or as a text Phaser game object text to our friend the health bar. And that's it. Yep, and some more debug config. So far, I think the monster and the adventurers are pretty much identical still. Yeah, well. E21, add monster name. That's it. Whoop, whoop. Another round of tea for everybody. So hello everybody into the chat. I'm Mirko, your host. Welcome to our tea time. Have some tea. I'll have some too here. With an original Japanese tourist cup. And original, is it original Japanese tea that I'm drinking right now? I think it is. But I won't assure you. It's just from Amazon. We are building a little game which looks kind of like this. So hey, say hello in the chat if you say hello, and then we can actually play together. Other than that, I will just continue here. So you as a player, so as soon as I write something like !ambush into the chat, the monster will appear, and as well as this big fat health bar. So we together we are one big party. And so if you write !join into the chat, you get one of these characters as soon as a battle has actually started. That's a precondition. You get one of these characters, and then we can start attacking the monster by writing !attack into the chat, and then we do kind of a jump animation, which you might have seen like a few seconds ago, or let's say minutes, where the monster did this attack animation. So that's where we are at right now. And then, of course, we want to try to defeat the monster. All the progress is actually persisted in a MongoDB backend. We talk to the backend with the help of Socket.io, WebSockets, because it's fast and it's ideal for whatever streaming we are kind of doing, at least event-based streaming. I don't know exactly what you would do for streaming, like video information and stuff. But whatever object or text-based streaming, when it comes to that, Socket.io is pretty cool. Socket.io. Let's check it out now. Check it out now. So we also want some adventurer names, which we can probably not put inside of the health bar. Let's add our adventurer here. Amazon, there he is. There we go. He only has. Oh, I reloaded the wrong browser. There we go. So why is this there? That's not right. You are fine. You're fine as well. You are not fine. Did I make a mistake with loading the assets? Frame width 32. That's perfect. And I'm fairly sure. So Sorry about that one. Let's try to fix that one first, because I was under the impression that that was actually fixed. What I will do here is open GIMP, and then we go into View, show the grid, and we want to have grid properties to be width 32 pixels. Why is that shifted? Oh, I know why. I think, damn it. The auto cropping actually failed. I have an idea. Yeah, I know what we need to do. I know what we need to do. All we have to do is I think we need to crop again. So now we are from 704 pixels, we go down to 695. We increase the canvas size again, 704, and now we say center. And if we resize now every character is in the center except for this one, because this is the biggest one. Oh, it's shifted by one. It's shifted by one. We have to shift that one. Good afternoon, Final Singularity. Welcome to the stream. I actually gave you a shout out earlier. After yesterday's happening, I was really happy. And they gave a shout out to everybody there in Douggie's stream. Good to see you. We are doing, give me just a second here. I want this one to be -1. Did that work? It didn't. We are playing some games, actually. We have this nice little game, and actually you are one of these characters. Currently we only have one, and this is the debug screen. But you can control one of those characters, and as soon as I have the formatting again, we can actually play around. So yeah, hold on just a minute. I need to move the layer. I'm definitely not a pro in GIMP. I don't know. GIMP can be weird, I find. It would be great if GIMP had this kind of VS Code command palette. You just hit Ctrl-Shift-P, and then you just type something like layers, and then you get the command for layers. That would be so great, but it doesn't have it, unfortunately. At least not that I know about it. If you have any idea, it can be frustrating. Yeah, but I'm on Linux, on Ubuntu Linux, so there's there's no way around it, I think. Although when I'm actually doing pixel art, I'm using Asprite, but Asprite won't help me with the transformation that much. I just want to move everyone like 1 pixel. Can I move you 1 pixel, please? 1 pixel. Just 1 pixel. Come on. That's way too much. Why don't you move 1 pixel? M? No. Where's my move tool? M? It worked. We did it. Well, that was maybe the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Moving 1 pixel in GIMP. Okay, now if we go back here and we reload a couple of times, we should see that the characters are actually nicely cropped. Yeah. Oh, this is much better. Oh, this is so much better. Sweet. So fix, E21 fix pixel shift adventurer center adventurers. adventure sprites without overlap. Like that. Perfect. Now, what do we do here? We have debug on. Okay, then, are you ready? Finite. Because I will switch debug off. Now everything is empty. Gotcha, not a lot of choices. GIMP frustration is one of the reasons I sub for Photoshop Lightroom package. But you're not on Ubuntu, I guess, or Linux. I think with AWS, if you, so I'm trying to get into more AWS. If you use AppStream, you can probably have Photoshop in the browser. Maybe there's also Photoshop in the browser. At least not free Photoshop online. That doesn't sound too serious. Free trial. Or is Photoshop actually for Ubuntu? No. And I'm not even going to try. Anyway, let's do some fighting, because I will open this browser overlay. We have our server running, and now I will do !ambush. And so here are the rules. Let's see. !TWAS. These are the rules. So as soon as I write !ambush, which I do now, we have a mummy lord fighting us. Dum, 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 dum. And now you can !join into the chat, everybody, to get your adventurer into the chat. And yeah, so right now you see TypeScript tea time on the battlefield. Oh, you actually got the big one. Sweet. And as soon as this starts, we can start attacking with !attack. And you can do whatever whoa, that was a big hit, even though you look like tanky. You can put it into any kind of sentence. Did you one-hit him? Sweet Jesus. No, he has like 3 pixels. One pixel he has left. He only has 21 HP currently. And you can actually have some nicer text, like !attack the left leg. As long as the !attack is in the text, it will recognize it, and so you can do some nicer RPG stuff. So the monster attack, now we can attack again, and that's about it. Now the cool thing here is your progress is actually persisted, because you now got let me go to of course I have to. So congratulations, first of all. That was an amazing battle on your first day, basically. Picking the one tank who has actually the largest character sheet with 32 x 32 pixels, and your first attack being a critical, which is just amazing. So I will close that one, and now your progress is actually persisted. If I go to localhost 3000 here, /adventurers, maybe I can actually write finite singularity. Yeah, there you go. Ha, rest. Kind of restish. So the username is actually the unique identifier. So you received 100 experience. Congratulations. You also, so by default you have like 150 HP, as you can see here, but your HP is actually also persisted. We have permadeath, except not really, because I can patch it. And if somebody plays often enough with me, I will probably patch him alive again. Like a real patch request that we can send to the backend. Everything is saved with the help of Mongoose and actually Typegoose, but Typegoose actually I wouldn't recommend it again. In a MongoDB, and we had some fun at some point actually deploying everything to AWS. The only problem there was that it cost for €4 per day, which is for a project that I do on my sidelines, and we only basically play 2 days a week now, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. €4 per day, which is $120 per month, is slightly too much. The good thing is AWS actually decided to sponsor us and gave me $300 to play around during TSTT time, which is really, really cool. Although I will not spend them on, probably I will not spend them on the $120 per month. That's just a waste of money. I think that was pretty good. One thing that I want to change here is actually capitalize the text. I think we can do that with a text transform CSS property. So let's see where we can do that. We go into the monster and we have our configuration here. And I think this is actually just plain CSS that it's given to the property directly. But I might be wrong. Let's try. So what I want is text transform. And it's then capitalized written with capital. Text transform capitalize. It's written small. Capitalize. This doesn't work. Do I have to do this? Why do you not like it? Argument not assignable. Transform. Okay, so there is no transform, unfortunately, but we can probably just transform the name. Capitalize of name, which we can write as a function. We have something like text styles. That sounds reasonable to put in. So export const. I think that was also not in the options. Let me verify. Text. No, it doesn't. The TypeScript would say something here if it is possible, but it says it's not a valid property of text style. Okay, so that's not supported, but we can write it ourselves. That shouldn't be too hard. Oh, there's a Lodash. Lodash to the rescue. Again. I say this like, I said this probably 4 or 5 times on stream. Lodash surprises me again and again with what it can do. Converts the first character of string to uppercase and the remaining to lowercase. Will it? What does it do on debur? That's not it. What does it do on let's try. Let's say Lodash equals require Lodash. I need to use the same. So what I want to try out, for example, in this case it was Mummy Demon. What was the name of the monster? I already forgot. My bad, monster. I do remember the fight against you, but I do not remember your name. So Lodash.capitalize off. So hello world. What if I put this in? It will only capitalize the first one. Well, that's annoying. Lodash capitalize first letter of each word. This can be done with a small modification to start case. What is start case? Convert string to start case. What is start case? Oh. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And then they do two lower. Wait, what? Seriously? That does it? Let's try. So const capitalize equals. So we take a string and we map it to start case of lower to lower, and because it's TypeScript, we have to give him the information that it is a string. A right capitalize wrong, right? Start case, camel case. My string looks like it should work as well. There's also a camel case. Jesus. Camel case. There is. Sweet. But I don't understand. Yeah. It wasn't start case, huh? Oh, Jesus Christ, my something is very slow right now. But it seems to be just the browser for whatever reason. Was there one? Or is the load dash page so slow? Which would be kind of ridiculous. Now I understand why it's called start case, because it transforms the first letter of every case to of every word to a capital letter. Okay, sweet. Let's try something. Maybe then we just need start case, huh? Do we still have it here? Yeah. Lodash dot start case of hello world. Yeah. Okay. That's already it. So we just say start case here. And that's our capitalization method. Sweet. The good thing is we don't really have special cases in our database, I think. So that's fine. The monsters have like regular names because they come from essentially from the DnD books. In practice, they come from some dude who wrote a DnD generator. So if we want to give him a shout out, let's do that. Some developer love again, cd/server. Where do we have it? README? Maybe code README. That's probably not it. Okay, I don't know where I put the. That's not it. README. Yeah. I would love to send him some love. But the unfortunate truth is I can't find where I wrote his name. I did write it inside of here somewhere. My bad. Well, let's continue. So that solves our text problem. Going back to our README and our to-do list. We have the monster name, and we did play around now. Let's add some names to the adventurers as well, similar to what we did just now. Where do we need to go? To the scenes, probably. No, to the adventurer, probably. And inside of here, similar to what we did to the health bar, we can probably do things. So the health bar actually follows the adventurer, which is probably what we want to do now as well. So this is the name label. Here's a this.scene.add.text. So Phaser gives us some nice little game factories or object factories here. And we provided with a lot of information. So one is what scene it should use. So I think we don't even need to write this .scene. We provided the scene, we provided some coordinates, and then the username. So we just put this somewhere, because on the first render we will put it on top of the right here, like a Halo. We now play Halo on top of the head of the adventurer. So just username, I guess. Username, and then some styling, which is probably first of all font size, making it larger. 32 pixels sounds okay-ish, I think. Then we want to make it color. Oh, it was loud. I like that she says the underscore. Apparently they didn't put start case inside of there when they built the stream case. Streamelements actually gives that one. They didn't put start case in there, so the underscore is still in the string. Welcome to our stream, and welcome to our tea time in particular. Make yourself comfortable, have some tea here. I still have a lot for everybody. And yeah, say hello in the chat. We will play some more soonish as soon as I have the name labels put on top. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or introduce yourself and stuff, and have some fun. So let's see. What is the problem here? We expected 3 to 4 arguments, but got 5. We don't need the scene here. We just need X. Yeah, because we already called it on scene, we don't need to provide the scene again. So here I actually want to have RGB 255, 255, 255, and 0.7 was good last time. Now, next thing we want to do is private name label, which we have to unfortunately use the exclamation mark because that's a Phaser thing. When the constructor runs, oh, we don't have to set it here. Never mind. Yeah, we don't have to set it here in this case. And then it's game objects.text that we have. Yeah, perfect. And now each update, we actually want to update the position. Or by now, I think it's well, let's do one thing at a time. .x equals this.x, and this.namelabel.y equals this.y. Did you see GitHub Copilot doing its thing? By the way, the name of GitHub Copilot on our stream is actually Ice-T, because he's cool and he's T. And he's always saying so we update the name tag. So update method is a thing from the Phaser game engine. We call it actually inside of the scene, where we also have an update method, and this one gets automatically called every frame, 1/60th of a second. and we update all the adventurers. So maybe we call this one adventurer, and then it's clearer that we actually call the update method of the adventurer. And inside of there, we set the name labels X position and the Y position. What I do want to do here is we have to put it slightly atop of the character. And now that's one thing that always confuses me, and I already said that 20 times in computer graphics, is that actually the top left up here is, well, x0, that's fine, but it's actually y0 and not like in math. The coordinate system is x direction and y direction, but it's actually x direction and y direction downwards. So if we reduce y, we actually move it to the top or slightly higher. Like so. So let's try that one. I will put on the debug mode again here. Debug true, or actually it's not debug, it's actually the development mode actually. Well, whatever works. So as you see nothing. Why? So let's give this one player anonymous, and we make it small and make this one small. We should see something on his head, but we don't. Why? Why do we not see you? It's the name label. Because we're not attacking. I of course don't have to put this into the if is attacking, but this actually happens just always. Oh, there was one character lost. There it is. Beautiful. Ship it. Let's move this one slightly up, and what I want to do for that is actually we add a const GUI equals new GUI right up here, and we say const config equals y offset. So 100 is definitely far from enough, so it's probably like 200 maybe. And we use dot.gui, which is a great project. You will see in a second why that's such a great project. One thing I have to set here is set origin 0.5. Probably 250 even. Let's keep it at 200. And then we say, well, create this GUI, and we say this GUI.add. We add this .name label, and the config. We want to have the config, and we add y offset. And then we give it a distance of 200 to 400, minimum and maximum. And somewhere there's an error. Config.y offset. There it is. So this is the power of .gui event. Let me make it like this so you see it better. You get this small little, let's say, UI widget with which you can play around, and now you can change objects dynamically without going. It also works on I think should work on document nodes, so your HTML elements. So you, instead of playing with your elements inside of here and fiddling around with the CSS, I think it should be probably possible to also do that with the .GUI. Yes, .GUI. So give them a little help here. Yeah, check that one out. It's pretty useful, at the very least for Phaser development. So player anonymous is way too large. We have to make that one smaller. Right here. So let's, just for the sake of it, let's also use font size .GUI for it. Font size, let's say 18. Here we were at 121. Let's say 120. That's better. That's not terrible, huh? We might want to make it slightly more readable somehow. What if we put the opacity higher? That steals some degree of immersion, I fear. Or if we do, what is it, font weight? Oh, we don't have font weight. We do have font style. Wrong. Yeah, that's it. Wrong. Wait. This is strong. Oh. Okay. If that's strong, I'm not sure whether I want strong. That's better. Usually I would do this with the font weight, huh? By the way, if you have a nice like epic or game-ish font that we can use, maybe not pixelated, because pixelated is hard to read for a lot of people. But if you have a nice font, ideally a Google font, then send that around to me. So Google fonts is always nice, because we can use that and make this slightly more interesting. So, and it works very well with Phaser in particular. I've used it a lot of times already. I forgot to put it into that GUI. So we want the font size here between 0 or let's say 10 and 50. Now we should be able to play around with it. Oh no, it doesn't update it. That's too bad. Okay. Apparently that's not dynamic. 18 pixels. 20? What do you guys think? 20 looks fine, at least for player anonymous. What if we put my name, which is fairly long already, inside of there? What was I supposed to do? Here, player anonymous. I think my name, my official username is TypeScript teatime, written like this. That works. And if we put in finite singularity, if that one works, we are fine, I think. Yes, it looked good. We take it, huh? Let's take it. And now we have, we have our health and we have our player name, and we can move it slightly down again. I think that's the one cool thing of that GUI, is that it also auto scales. So if we put something like 100 to 121 here, we now have it much more much easier to actually stuff with it. Maybe like this, 113. Let's do 114 then. Then we move it, and it's gone. 114. So maybe we put in label dot or looking at this, let's put it into a separate class. I think that's fine. We do that. So let's create a class adventurer name.ts, and we export. So I have my Phaser text. There we go. So I have some scripts set up so that it's much easier to do this. And then we can copy this over, and we of course need to rename it into adventurer name, and we say this dot set origin 0.5.5. So we have this line. We receive a username. We don't receive that. We do receive a username, or just a name, which we put inside of here. We don't really care about this one, so we just call it anywhere, these coordinates, and we say const anywhere is equal to -9999999. And we do need the update method, public update, because we have to follow our friend. And then we say new adventurer name of. Now we have to press the scene because it is not running it on a factory. We use the username and we give it this as well. And I forgot to give it this. Followed. So the person who follows is the follower. But who's the person that gets followed? My English is not good enough to do that. The traced, pursued, followed. I don't know. X is a number and Y is also a number. Is the comma too much? Oh, there's a parenthesis too much. Okay. And then in the update, we do this dot followed. Sorry, this dot x equals this dot followed dot x, and nope. XGuess. Thank you. I'm kind of training our iced tea here. Then we take this one minus config.y offset, which we need from up here, 114. Save. For whatever reason, I call it config with a capital letter. And I think now if we do this dot name label dot update, we should be fine. Yep. Yep. No stop. Well, what song am I thinking of right now? Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think. Not that I can sing it, but Whatever. Okay, we have player anonymous there. So what do you guys think? Ready for another actual playthrough? If so, give me a shout out into the, just not a shout out, but just say yes or something, or yeah, let's go, beat up some monsters. It's currently it's always going to be the Sephiroth, but well, it's not going to be Sephiroth, but it will always be the same picture. But whatever, who cares? As long as we can beat up monsters. So if not, I will actually continue with the next task. Monster assets. I think that's a cool one that I want to do then. So that actually we not only, as I just said, currently we will always defeat this one monster. But of course, that's not ideal. But we want to change the monster depending, or the image depending on the depending on what monster we're actually starting to fight. So we do have the username, sorry, the monster name already, but we do not have a corresponding picture. And we do not have the infrastructure kind of to be able to pick the correct picture for that. We do, however, have a lot of images, if I remember correctly. The question is, where did I put them? Where did I put them? So we have this bird. We have Green Lou. We have a laser drone. We have an outlaw. We have a pirate. So all of these, by the way, are in the public domain, or at least CC 3 or 4 with proper acknowledgement. And yeah, the acknowledgement is right here. If you want any of these texture packs, for example, this one is pretty, all of them look pretty good. I love the Final Fantasy VI style, and they do remember me a lot of them. There is the bad boy in particular, but also the other ones. So apparently this is the one that I have cut out. Yeah, these are the characters we see right here. The Wailing Prince is the one that we see most of the time. But there are a lot. He has like 4 of these amazing sets. Oh no, where is it? Where did it go? Acknowledgement. No, that's just mana bars. We have characters, we have monster pack. Ah, here it is. Okay, perfect. We also have elementals. Look like this. And we have even more elementals. Oh, this one looks amazing. Love it. More elementals. And we can fight them all. And this is the one, the pack that we currently apparently use. These are some more monsters. This one looks like Shiva, to be honest. And I think these are Final Fantasy VI wolves, to be honest. Final Fantasy VI wolves? Or, well, not wolfed. This is Final Fantasy 12. Were they just dogs? Not you. Well, when you fight the Imperial soldiers, those guys, those dogs come with them from time to time. But we can't find a proper picture right now. Anyway. So let's build some infrastructure so we can pick the correct monster. And what I want to do for that, probably have a kind of JSON structure. A kind of JSON structure which defines the one issue is the, let me go to the README here and take some notes. Sorry. Oh, down, 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 down. Here. So one problem is pick image according to monster name. Then another problem is size, display size of differently sized images. They should be more or less conform or uniform. This guy is fortunately square, but not all sprite sheets are square. So that's I think the major issue. And I think that's already it. And we want to have it data driven. So defined everything in JSON. So what I'm thinking about, I am thinking about you. Let's change the language mode to JSON here, or maybe to JS first, because it's easier to write for me. And we say, give me an object which, give me an array of objects with properties name, something like, for example, we also have to define the mapping, right? I think we have two different problems. We have one is, so this is the mapping problem. Let's call it like that, mapping problem. In particular, there might be more monster names than there are images, or very likely that's the case. It's not one-to-one. So that's the mapping problem that we have to solve. This is essentially, so const mapping is essentially from name. For example, let's see. Let me go into the server once more and see the monsters. Monsters.json. We go from the name, for example, the doppelganger. Doppelganger. By the way, doppelganger is a German word originally and means duplicate, or someone who duplicates another one, which is, I think, also the English translation. But it's always interesting to see German words used like one-to-one in English. Also like kindergarten. So name doppelganger, and then we map it to a sprite key. Or yeah, sprite key maybe. Or just key. Which is, for example, let's pick a picture here. Do we have kind of anything goes, as long as it's somewhat ghastly? For example, this guy, Wailing Prince. Wailing Prince. Is the corresponding key. So this one references the monster or monster name from backend essentially, and this one is the image key, or the sprite sheet key. And then we, let's say, let's create another one. Tab moves focus. No, you shouldn't do that. Let's say the key is which, and the name is, I don't know, what do we have in our backend? Something with which here. Oh, I don't know. Half of the monsters here. So if you're very firm with Pixie, let's do the Pixie. Pixies are great for that. So this one maps from backend to front end, and then we have the mapping problem solved, and then we have another problem, which is the asset import, or the asset problem, which is interesting again. So this one will have, it will have a path, which is really just like /assets/ I don't know which .jpg. Then it will probably have like a dimensions, which is like width, let's say 200, and height is 250. Then I'm missing a comma. Then we need a key, and in this case it's which. And then if we have this, so one thing that we might include, but I'm not sure yet, is a scale in X direction, like 1, and Y direction. So it should always be uniformly scaled, else it will stretch the image, which looks weird. So a scale like 1.5 or 1.2, for example. So that's one option. The other option would be to make the, I think it's, is it Vmax and Vmin? We use kind of Vmax. So if you are not familiar with Vmax in CSS, I think it's the right one, right? Can I go to the, Jesus Christ, Firefox MDN description? Vmax. View height, view. Is it the wrong one that I have now? What I want, yeah, no, it's right. 1% of the viewport's larger dimensions. So it takes the max of width and height, thank you. And then we normalize it so it's always 300. This one is always normalize or scale that max dim is 300 pixels. Because 300 pixels does look fairly good, doesn't it? It kind of has the perfect size. But I'm not sure about that one yet. Yeah. Something like that. So probably this one will actually be more like 32 and 40, actually. to speak in real dimensions. Then we need to scale it up to something about 300. Otherwise it will just be terribly small. What do we actually do with the monster currently? I think we scale it by... Do we not scale it? Wait, what? Ah, here. Okay, we set the display size in this case, which automatically scales it to exactly this format. And Phaser takes over the calculations. So scene. Just some fun. If he's called player anonymous, that kind of looks sad. So let's call him amazing adventurer. That's nicer. So let's do it, shall we? Then one thing I want to do here is have a new file, which is call it. Where did it put it? So you should put it under well, whatever. Monsters dot right. Well, monsters.ts should be fine. And then inside of here we export a value monster sprites equals, and this is of type an array of objects, and the object has the following format. This here. Key is a, put that here. Key is a string, width and height. I think we can just put that on the top level. That doesn't hurt. Is a number, and this one is also a number, and the path is also a string. The problem is that these have to be semicolons. Export const. Okay, now it's working. Very good, very good, very good, good, very good, good. So the path is actually relative to loading scene. So source slash loading scene. I think that's, or is it? Where's my loading scene? Here it is. No, it's not. It's actually absolute path. So relative to root. I've got no roots. Oh, we can make it relative to assets. Slash assets slash images slash. Wait, let me look at the loading scene again. How do we do it currently? We have this image and we get it from slash images. Okay. In that case, let's make it relative to this one. /assets/images/monsters. Which is aka dot. But that's probably more complicated to understand. So we do something like Joseph Seraph, who is the amazing dude who created all of these. And then which.png actually. And now, so I will only do this for two of these elements probably. And then, because it's basically a annoying homework, we don't need to do it together, I think. As soon as the basic idea is clear. So this one is actually 69 pixels dot 69 pixels, which is annoying because it's square. We want one that is not square. The scout machine maybe. You are square as well. The outlaw or the pirate. Let's take the outlaw. Monsters. The outlaw is 64 cross 96. So I remove that one. And then we do outlaw.png 64 cross 96. Yep. And then the wailing prince again, because we already have it in our and this one is key outlaw. And then we take the wailing prince, which we import as wailing prince, which has 128 cross 128. 128 cross 128. I hope that this one will still look okay-ish, even if we scale it up that much. Let's remove this annoying stuff. And I think that's about it. And now we also need to have the mapping. Const monster mapping, which is again an array, but this time export const something. This time it will be a name mapping to a key, which is also a string. And then we have, for example, oh, now this is going to be interesting. How do we do that? The monsters.json. Might be better to define it in the backend, huh? Although that it will make our backend depend on the front end, which is not what we want. So that's sad. We won't do it like that. Sorry. Where do we need to go? Yeah, this project. So scrolling up a lot. Jesus Christ. We can remove area, we can remove type, and we can remove HP. All of them are gone now. And we just say key is, most of the time it will be the wailing prince for now. Bams. Maybe we should define a fallback. Maybe that's better. So you guys just get nothing. And we say the doppelganger is going to be the wailing prince. I'm missing TypeScript support. Const keys. Which, or let's say you are an array of an enum would be ideal for it, huh? Well, whatever. Let's just go simple here. You are now a witch. Congratulations. And were red, you are now, or Rakshasa, you are now an outlaw. And everybody else gets the fallback. Let's add one more here as a fallback for everybody else. We take the salamander because he's so terribly formed that it's going to be interesting to see. That didn't work. Salamander. And the sizes, dimensions of this one is 96 cross 64. 96 cross 64. So basically the outlaw, but in the other direction. Oh, what just happened? Ah, by the way, here's the laugh. I found it. Aha. Show some love. So here we have the CSV file essentially for all the characters, for all the monsters. This is where we got it from. We also have a party.csv, but that's empty. 3, 5. Okay, whatever. So thank you, Mr. J. Forstnerick. Or Mrs. The monster mapping now we can make. Ah, we did that down here. Okay. Never mind. That's this guy. Yep. Sweet. So now we have the monster sprites as well as the monster mapping, and we can start working with it. In the loading scene, we can start loading the image for each of these dudes. So we say this.load .image. Actually, we want to iterate over it, I think. So we say monster sprites dot or each is what we want. Sprite maps to something. And what we do here is what he says, except that it's not the URL. And we have to think slightly more. It's actually just the image, but with one more character. Monsters. Yeah, with an S. Monsters / something. I think we can use the image function here. And then we say monster image. This is wrong. There's this one. Okay. So this one gets now wrapped into slash assets slash something. So monster image of sprite dot no not quite dot path. There we go. So now all of them get loaded. And the next thing that we want is a fallback. We say, maybe we just say, let's do this. And we say the key is monster. Or let's say shallow, whatever shallow is, this dude here. Or green goo. I like the goo. Green goo. Yep. Now, we don't need this. We load all of them into the game as soon as we start up. Not ideal, like from a performance perspective, you can probably do it better. Dynamically load everything, but well, we don't really care because we run it locally anyway on my machine and not in the browser. Like not on a regular basis in a normal human's browser besides me. So we have that one loaded, and now we need to do the mapping and pick the correct monster sprite, which we probably do somewhere here. Inside of the monster, we now need to take the correct sprite depending on the name. So get sprite key of name. Right? And this we can do as a constant function. So we give it a name, say string, and now we do monster mapping at position name actually, and that's it. Or monster mapping, oh no, we have to, it's an array. So we do monster mapping dot find is that right? It would be so easy. Call this one subscript name, because it's getting confusing if we call everything the same here. So const mapping, and then if mapping, then return mapping.sprite key, thank you, and otherwise return monster. Exactly. So we can do this as a one-liner just because we can. Map our return mapping question mark mapping. Not quite. Can you give me another one? ICT, GitHub, Copilot. I want, it's just key, it's not sprite key. It's so simple. There, no, it's not it. Damn it. Ah, that's too bad. Mapping.key else monster. So we have our fallback and we pick the correct monster otherwise. That's amazing. Now in the front end, what I want to do is actually disable pretty much everything in here. We just say, okay, yes, only very few are enabled right now. So now, currently we get the WHOOO, and the size is still wrong, now that I remember it. Oh, I forgot the... I forgot to change the dimensions here. My bad. 64, 64. Before I forgot that. That would be an annoying bug to fix. You know what? We can just say green goo. Then we, instead of saying monster, we just fall back to the green goo always. There it is. Now, I think this is the point where we actually have to start another battle. Are you ready? So, these are the rules, exclamation mark, T was. The rules are fairly simple. I will start a battle in just a second. Give me just a second here, because I have to disable the debug mode or the development mode. Bams, there we go. So as soon as I write exclamation mark ambush, a monster will appear on screen. And this is the point where you and me can exclamation mark join the battle. And then we can do exclamation mark attack to start attacking. And each time the monster actually attacks, we can attack again. So it's turn-based battle. You can attack once, the monster can attack once. So exclamation mark ambush, and hopefully we see the correct image. Damn it. Shit. That didn't work. That didn't work. Why not? You should be Wailing Prince. Oh, I mistyped it. I mistyped it. Yeah, you know what? Enum monster key. No, whatever. Whatever. Can we... Oh, it's fine. Let's try this again. Exclamation mark ambush. So did I do more typos? The witch is still there. The word does not have anything. Word, you are now a salamander. And up here we have the word, Rakshasa, Gargoyle, and Doppelganger enabled. So if we do exclamation mark another ambush, there it is. Sweet. We can now exclamation mark join the battle. And this time we fight a little witch with exclamation mark attack, for example. Bams. And now we need to wait for it to attack us, and then did it do the thing? I'm not sure. No, not yet. And after that we can attack again. Oh, it only happened to hit me with one. So if we do another attack, there it is. Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, so that one's working as well. And I can make that go away once more. And now we get into the fun stuff of giving it the right dimensions. This is going to be slightly annoying. Or is it? We have to do some math here. So we know the texture. So with this dot texture, I think we can get the sprite key. Dot key. Yeah. So that's the sprite key. Exactly. Thank you, Ice-T. That's correct. It's the same as doing equals get sprite key. So what we need to do now is what do we need to do actually? I think we have to const sprite config equals monster sprites dot find. So we need to find the sprite as with the key being the sprite key. And then from there, and we definitely know it exists. If it doesn't, we have other problems. But from there, we know we can set the display size needs two variables, height and width. So we have sprite config dot height and width here, which might be something like 69, for example. And we need to scale it so that we get 300. So one thing probably that we want to do is get first the max, which is the math.maximum. Math. Oh, that's the wrong math that we have here. As pmath. Yeah. Phaser also exposes some math methods. And we had that one imported, so we weren't able to access the math functions from default JavaScript. So now we have math here, and we want to have sprite config dot width and sprite config dot height, exactly, which might not be defined, however. So if not sprite config, then we have a problem. Sprite config, then throw new error, sprite monster sprite config not found. That's a critical error in our case. So this is where we stop. Otherwise, and we just don't expect that. We assert essentially that this has never happened. This will never happen. Now, if we have the maximum, we can take 300 divided by the maximum, const max. So the factor is this. And then we say this dot set scale factor. I think normalizes to 300 pixels. I think that's it. Probably want to put this into that normalized size. Normalizes the greater of both height and width to 300 pixels. Or normalizes right to fit the greater of both height and width to 300 pixels. Something like that, huh? I think that's it. We can test that, fortunately, fairly easy by just doing the debug, putting the debug flag here. Def flag, I should say. This looks correctish, if you ask me. Let's take another monster. We just say not green goo, but salamander maybe. There it is. Sweet, it works. Or the outlaw. Man, he's huge. That man is huge. Do we take the right dimensions? Just to verify. Where is my width and height? Yeah, we do. So console.log, just for a second here, the factor. Yes. That was the wrong window. Here we go. So this should be about 3. Not sources, console. About 3, yeah, which it is. So the size is 300 divided by 96, 3.125. And the same we actually should have for the salamander. Yep, we do, because here the width is actually 396 and the height is like it's transposed essentially. Sweet, green goo. Ah, it's in small letters. Might be slightly too large already, so we can make this const normalized size equals, what if we do it to 250? That's okay-ish, huh? We put in the, what's he called? Wailing Prince, I think. Maybe he's not called Wailing Prince, but he should be. Monsters. This dude. Why are you not there? Oh, config not found. Wait, what? Oh. Apparently you don't exist. But there you are. Why? Set normalized size. Sprite config is not found. Why not? The good thing is we found a bug. The bad thing is we found a bug. So let's fix it. The question is how? So this one needs to return empty. Wait. How can that be? So this one works. This one works, yeah. So if I put in the wailing prints here, it must happen that there is no entry for him in monster sprites, which there is. Another typo. No. Jesus Christ, superstar. He's not as cool anymore, huh? Maybe 280 pixels? That work better? Let's make him 300. It's fine. I think 300 is good. Bam, there he is. Here we do the green goo as a fallback again. Julio. Now, in the backend, I have to re-enable everything because we don't want to have those in the and from here on, all we would need to do is essentially import all of them and set these nice little keys one by one. You, Vampire, are definitely the wailing prince. And the Vampire spawn probably is also a Vampire prince, a wailing prince. And so on. Assassin is maybe the pirate. Sorry. Pirate. Acolyte is probably the Acolyte is probably the wailing prince. Blinking dog. Didn't we have a dog? Didn't we have a dog somewhere? Apparently not. Okay, that's fine. We do need to import the pirate now that I have set it here. Let's take pirate. Arr. Take a look at him. So this is essentially what we would need to do now. 6496. Manually add all of these 96 and we call him pirate. Add all of these and add all of these in particular, which is quite some doing, I suppose. As well as increase our monster list probably. Readme.text. Awesome. I see. But that's not something that we will do on stream, I think. Because on stream it's just boring watching me copy and pasting some numbers. So with this we can put false here. I think we can also go to the README once more. And I think we do have this one solved. We do have, so pick image according to monster name. The mapping problem, we have solved it. We just need to do it. monster assets, we need to fill in monster asset details, which is just a chore, essentially. No thinking involved. Then we also have the correct display size, normalizing the monster always to 300 pixel with its longer side. And everything is data driven because, well, it's not a JSON, but it's, I mean, how much closer can you get in TypeScript to a JSON than this and this, while still having type inference in particular on the other end. And in particular, I don't have to write the exclamation, the quotes all the time, which would be incredibly annoying, and I would probably die if I would need to do that. So, monster assets with BAMs. We have it. High five, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for joining. So let's play just one round here to celebrate. Let's get ambushed. That didn't work. Okay, we have another bug, apparently. Okay, I guess we do some more coding. Yay, isn't that great? What happened? So we were attacked by a word tiger who is here, and they, inside of monsters.txt, they are here. So they don't have a key, which means they should fall back to green goo. And that's it. Why does it not do that? That's annoying. How can that be? Can remove the console.log first of all. Green, let's maybe look here as well. The weddle is lost, okay. Then we can do another ambush. And it doesn't work. Monster appeared. Purple worm. So whenever we get a monster that is not existing, we fail. What I would have expected to happen is that we get green goo here. Console.log mapping JSON.stringify the mapping, please. Which means const key equals this, and then we return the key. But before we do that, we lock the key again. Key. And then we use it in set normalized size. Why is this texture key not what it is supposed to be? Console.log the texture, which is this guy. Inside of monster sprites, we should find the green goo as a key. So that's correct-ish. Let's try again, huh? Exclamation mark. Or fallback is not working for whatever reason. So a try-done has attacked us. Texture is subscript missing. Oh. The key is empty. Wait, what? Why? It should fall back. Oh, mapping is defined, but mapping.key is not defined. The mapping exists. Mapping and mapping.key. Then use the key, otherwise take green goo. I think this time it works. Exclamation mark ambush, we should see the green goo. There it is. Obviously it's a Minotaur skeleton. as you can see. That's what a Minotaur skeleton looks like, everybody. Remember, this is a skeleton. Console.log, let's remove all of those. Console.log, anything else? No, that's it. Yeah, so how we fixed it is we also check that the key is defined and not only that the mapping was actually found. And that's how it goes. This one we don't need anymore, right? We have solved this problem. Was our original design. And now we can play around, and this time we can play for real. Bam, there it is. Exclamation mark. Oh my god. It's an ambush. It's a skeleton. Exclamation mark join into the chat, everybody. Whoops, now I joined twice. That's another bug. Let's put that into the README. Cannot disallow joining twice. Oh man, I'm dying. Exclamation mark attack. To attack. I only attack once though. Oh, I'm dying. I'm about to die. Hopefully the skeleton is nice. It doesn't kill me. What is it actually doing? No. Probably always, it will always attack one of them. I think. Ooh, am I dead? I think I still have like a couple of XP. Attack again. Oh, exclamation mark attack again. 4 damage. Ooh. I'm about to die. This might be critical. Connection lost. Oh, now the backend broke down. Because the same adventurer actually was in the fight twice. I think the backend broke down. No, wait, when one? Where do we have this? Let's see. This dude, if he dies, This .username is not defined anymore. This is not defined anymore, actually. Why is this not defined anymore then? That confuses me. That does confuse me. Why is this not defined anymore? So, battle. The battle is, he joins and then he starts attacking. Do we... This is not defined. It cannot read push of undefined. Oh, because the battle ends. Okay. When the battle ends, the log is actually deleted, or maybe even the whole battle. That's annoying. Well, let's write that into our backend bug. When party dies, this happens. Yep. So let me just finish this writing here, and then we're done for today. So thank you everybody for joining. It's been a pleasure as always, and I had a lot of fun. Formatting doesn't quite work here, unfortunately. Let's do it like this, and then maybe I just copy and paste the whole thing here. Bams. See below. Hashtag bug this dude. Oh, thank you so much. Is that a bot name? So if you're not a bot, please say something in the chat ideally. Probably I will delete you otherwise from the follower list, unfortunately. Because, so nothing against you. If you're real, please say something. Because Twitch is very strict against bot users, and which is, I mean, it's basically destroying their business. So yeah, if you're not a bot, please say something now in the chat. Otherwise, I will unfollow. Hi, Animals Sasha. You don't happen to be 260036000 something. Well, welcome to OG time. Sorry that you have to see that now. Would you like to play another round with me, Animal Sasha? It's fun, and if I don't die again, I probably have to recreate my health. Because my character actually died and we have permadeath in So that's of course an issue if you want to play your game and you have permadeath. So what I'm going to do is go to the backend here and go to my test.http and do this patch request, which gives me at least 75 HP back. There we go. So would you like to play? Otherwise, I will end the stream. Playing the game means, yeah, what you currently can see is essentially what we have been working on for quite some time. This one or the one that you saw just a second ago, where we have we basically play turn-based battles in Twitch chat. So we have these nice little commands, !type T-wars, that you can see there. And before you join, I actually have to start the ambush. There it is. It's a dark mantle. And now you can !join alongside me. There's my character, and now if you !join again, because the battle was actually not started, then we can fight the monster together by doing !attack, and you can do some more fun like, for example, you can, yeah, exactly, you have to join. Perfect. And now you can start attacking even directly after you joined. Anything with !attack inside. For example, you write, I do a heavy attack on its belly. As long as it's !attack inside, you will still start the attack. And then you jump forward and bams! Whack it. Okay. Yeah, perfect. That's amazing. Unfortunately, I cannot speak Russian. Otherwise, I would have explained it. But I can speak slightly slower. Yeah. And what we have been working on today was actually adding more. We did a bunch of stuff. We added the character name, as you can see, as well as the different monsters. I see. Yeah. It's hard to practice, right? And it takes a lot of practice to learn a language also on speaking. So we can do another attack to its core. 3 damage out. And now we have to wait again. The more the merrier. So we, as I said, there's permadeath actually. So all of the HP are actually persisted, and sorry, the HP, the XP also you level up. Currently, level ups actually do nothing, but it's easy enough to give like +1 on attack, for example, or +5 HP. Or you get your health back, for example. When you get a level up, something like that. Okay, one final attack. Hit it right at the core, and then we've got this one down. Another dark mantle. We did it, yeah. Exactly. Let's maybe take a look at what a dark mantle is. That's not an image. Oh, kind of an octopus. I don't know. I don't have an octopus image yet, but it does look ugly. I definitely don't want to meet that one. Oh Jesus. Yeah, all of our progress is actually persisted. So for example, if we go now to your name, Animal Sasha. Yeah, there you go. You have your first 100 XP. Woo! I think at level 3 we have the first level up. You also lost like 17 HP. And on my side, TypeScript D time, I have like only 23 HP left. I'm about to die again. Oh. So one thing that I want to do fairly soon is actually add player interaction. So it can not only interact with the help of !attack, but you can heal other people. And like, I don't know, every 5 turns, for example, you can do an !heal, then something like !heal at Animal Slasher. There you go. And then it heals the other player. And you cannot heal yourself because that's much more fun. And I think that creates a lot of interaction all of a sudden. One thing that I notice here is that we actually also have to push the characters into the right order. But that's one more thing for the README, for the to-do list. Yeah. So there's another bug. Front end bug. Characters in front should be visible and hide characters behind or in the back. There we go. Yeah, this we will probably do next week on Tuesday. Let me see what, because we only do the Tuesday stream since this week, so it's 13 CST to Russian time. It's just 1 hour difference. That's surprising, at least to me. Is Russia only a single time zone? Because I know China, definitely they have normalized their time zones. All of China, even though it's stretched across multiple time zones, they use only one time zone, which makes it slightly weird, because on either the east or the west side, if you just go 1 meter, you jump 3 hours. Because you go over the country border, and all of a sudden I mean, it's not so easy, but still, you go over the country border and all of a sudden you jump like 3 hours. You have a few time zones. Yeah. So it's Tuesday 13 CST is the next stream. And then like today for Wednesday 18 to 20 or 21 CST. We switch times, or it becomes longer sometimes and sometimes slightly shorter, but about 2 hours to 3 hours our regular time. Coolio. Other than that, thank you so much for joining and joining me here in a final battle. You definitely saved my life. If I would have done that battle against the Dark Mantle on my own, I probably would have died with my 23 HP left. So I thank you everybody for your time, and appreciate that you spent time with me. It was a lot of fun again. We did a bunch of progress, including the name here, the name there, as well as having the infrastructure or the framework so that we can have different monsters, different monster images. depending on what monster actually the backend gives us. All of the code, did I push already? I didn't. So we have E20, we have add monster with different pictures, sprites, vamps. All of the code you can actually find on GitHub in there. If you're interested in that in particular, so episode 7 is where we started with this project, and all of it is actually in episode 7 since 13 episodes. Yeah, so all of it is persisted. So when we continue our fights next time, it's actually continued and not just a new frontend. Thank you so much. Let's see whether we can raid someone. I think, if I'm not mistaken, cool. Looking forward to see you again, Animal Sasha. Actually, my professor at university, his name was Sasha as well. Actually, Alexander, but Sasha seems to be the short form. Unfortunately, the streamer there where I wanted to go is not online, but we can look at the live coders to see Code Rush is actually online. Code Rush does pretty cool stuff with a lot of effects and things. Code Rush. There we go. Hopefully we can start the raid. And then we'll be there in just a secundo. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody.